What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 52 of Park to Prem here with Town Town. Today we are back, and it is a Carabao Cup game. Yes, we've not played in the Carabao Cup before because, well, it's only for Football League teams. Today we've been drawn against Blackburn in the second round, which is kind of exciting because they were only relegated from the Premier League this year just gone, so a bit of a test for us. They've not started the season particularly well, but we are underdogs. It's probably going to be a spanking, but at the same time, you've just sometimes got to enjoy your spankings, haven't you? And, well, that's what we are going to look forward to today. Since you were last here, we have played 4 games in all competitions, the first of which was in the EFL Cup, followed by 3 league games, and we are still unbeaten, which is kind of nice to be able to say. So let's go through these. We started off with a game against Port Vale in the EFL Cup. We were due to play Portsmouth between last episode's game against Burton and the Port Vale match, but the game against Portsmouth was rained off. Yes, our stadium, despite getting a slight expansion, still no good at kind of dealing with rain. It was rained off. It was a disaster. So we had a break, and going into the Port Vale game, there was no evidence of rustiness. Some really nice goals in this game. Mampala getting his first goal since February was probably the highlight, but also great to see Sean McAllister, the young Northern Irish player signed from Everton, playing out on the left-hand side where he's not particularly strong, firstly getting a goal, and then also getting an assist for our third goal, although he can't take too much credit for that. But yeah, McAllister here, very, very good player. I would love him to become the inverted winger out on the left, you know, to really help with DKM. But he is a little way off being ready to do that. But certainly playing out on the right, he's done the business so far. When we've played him on the left, he's done the business. Expect to see him playing a bit everywhere this year. But good player. Would love it if his finishing was just a teeny tiny little bit better. But yeah, did the business here. And well, he did the business going into our next game against Stevenage. Another 3-0 win, this time in the league. Away from home, tricky game. 3 goals before half-time really set us on our way. McAllister with the first. Then Ballo getting a goal. A player who missed out on the start of the season game against Burton through injury. Is still struggling a little bit with a minor groin injury he picked up. But he got a goal here. And DKM with a thunderous effort, smashing it past the keeper at the near post just before half-time. Made sure of the result there. So starting the season hot, unfortunately, we couldn't keep a 4th successive clean sheet. We lost 2... Well, no, we didn't lose. We lost the clean sheet, but we did beat Lincoln in the end. 2-1. We went down in this game early on before Leighton Stewart scored from the penalty spot. And then in the 91st minute, a little bit of luck. And if we want to have success this year, we're going to need a little bit of luck. And we got it here with this bizarre own goal from the corner. Hit fell well on the back. Trickled over the line, 2-1, that finished. Anyway, in our most recent game against Bradford, we set a club record attendance of 2,695 fans as we drew 2-2 against Bradford, who have not lost yet to start the season. Not a bad little result at all. They did peg us back twice. Worth noting, obviously, a record attendance in this game. The game against Lincoln City, 883 people watched it. That is the lowest attendance in League 2 history. So we're in the record books, everyone. Obviously, I know some people have raised concerns about the general lack of attendances here at Towlaw. Towlaw's a town with a population of a couple of thousand people. It's not a big place. It's going to be a long, hard slog to really build up a fan base. Obviously, as we hopefully continue on our winning ways and rise up through the leagues, we will grow in popularity. But I am quite realistic when it comes to, you know, just how many fans we can expect to get. Of course, we don't need to worry about that because we've got a load of money thanks to Alexander Mutkin, who I need money from. Let's have a look at the finances here. We are minus £667,000 in the red. I'm hoping that he's going to invest some money at some point very, very soon. Our wage budget for the year is £59,000. We are currently under that by over £10,000. I've really been able to lower the wages thanks to a load of loans. So, yes, a load more players have gone out on loan. Players like Amisador, Boxall, Stephen with a P, Wern, we've loaned out just because I don't want to be paying £1,300 a week for him, and Yeovil, a couple of leagues below us, do want to pay that much for him. But yeah, further loans, a few familiar faces, I'm sure. Really just looking to get players off the wages and look to develop them. You may have caught as well on this screen here, I'm currently trying to send a load of players to Billingham Town, who we have just started an affiliation with. They are a team that play in the Evo Stick Northern Premier Division, which is 3 leagues below us. I'm not even sure if Diaz, Robertson and Holland are going to want to go to them, but it's worth trying to offload the players. I just feel like it'd be good to get a couple of leagues down from us where we can, secure regular first team football for our players. And Billingham Town here, a team who started down in the 9th division back in 2019. They climbed up quickly. Last season they finished 10th. To me, it feels like a club that could be quite good for player development. Obviously, as we climb up the leagues, maybe we can get a more established team as an affiliate. But right now, we are a small fish in a very small pond, looking for a smaller pond next to us with a small fish that wants to take our eggs. I don't know where I'm going with this analogy. We're a small fish in a small pond. Billingham are a fish in a pond that's smaller than ours, and there's not many of those around that make sense. Let's move on, shall we? So in terms of general team performance, things have been really, really good to start the year. You can see the average ratings here. Johnny Howard's goal, by the way, I didn't mention it, but what a crazy long shot it was. He scored a few like that. He only has 5 long shots. I feel like that's one massive lie. He has the highest average rating, although he's only played 1 game. Similar for Mampala, who we are going to start into today's game. I am going to use this fixture against Blackburn as a little opportunity just to rotate things around a little bit. Mampala will play. DKM has also started his time in League 2 very, very well. You can see 2 assists and 1 goal to his name in 4 games. That's good, because there was a little bit of concern, I guess, in the back of my mind about could players who were really good last year step up again in League 2. The answer, at least immediately, seems to be a resounding yes. On top of that, though, players like Sean McAllister have performed well. Embleton, has come in this year, the new centre-back. He's got a 7.03 rating in his first 4 games. That's pretty solid. Already better than last year's kind of midfielder performances. And looking at the goals, obviously Stewart has really stepped up to League 2 level as well. He has got 3 goals to his name in 4 matches. And he has recently signed a new contract at the club as well to just stick an extra year on the end of his current deal. Ballow's done okay when we've given him opportunities. This is a guy who I'm really, really excited to see perform for us. As I mentioned, he's had a few issues with injuries. Pulled his groin, broke his arm in pre-season. I'm hoping that this long list of injuries isn't going to become something that we experience and become familiar with, but it certainly was on my radar when we signed him. I'm hoping, we're going to get a nice clean run where he doesn't get injured, he finds some form, and yeah, he's already got off the mark for the club. So I feel like that's often the sticking point for players. If you can't get that first goal, it starts to become a little bit of a, something to worry about. Michael Jacobs, who I really bigged up last episode, has only played 2 games for us. He's not played particularly well in them, but he's still coming back to full fitness after a ankle ligament injury that left him out for a few weeks. He will start today's game at centre attacking mid, so do keep an eye out for him. Last episode, I did mention about the fact I hadn't changed the tactics too much. I actually had changed them a little bit more when it came to the in-possession stuff that, I'm going to be honest, I kind of forgot about. So this year we're looking to play out of defence, and I have been experimenting with having it on more direct and slightly shorter passing. At the moment, I'm leaning more on, slightly more direct as the option to go with. But besides those changes, nothing else here is different to last year, really. I think we may have even switched to counter as well. But in terms of our overall pressing setup when out of possession, it's more of the same, and it's worked well so far. As I mentioned, we've gone well in the league. We drew against Bradford most recently. They've not lost yet this year. Of course, ourselves, and I think I said Portsmouth before when I meant to say Peterborough. The game against Peterborough was the one that was cancelled for us. As you can see, we're the only 2 teams who have only played 4 matches, both very high up in the league. We were actually due to play them during this midweek break, but due to the EFL Cup, it's been pushed back again. And if you're wondering, in the what competition? The leasing.com trophy. This used to be called the LDV Vans Trophy and the Johnson Paint Trophy, and it's had all kinds of names, and now the under-23 Premier League teams are in it. This is our group: Grimsby, Lincoln, Towlaw, Wolves. Lincoln and Grimsby, of course, fairly local rivals. They're not going to get on too well. I don't give a Scooby-Doo about this competition. And if you were wondering, the board do care. I thought the board weren't going to care. They do care. They want second round, so maybe I do need to give a Scooby-Doo about it. You can see here just general board expectations, by the way. Mid-table finish in League 2, reach the second round of the FA Cup, be competitive in the Carabao Cup, we've done that so far, and the second round of the Leasing.com trophy. In terms of their general happiness, they absolutely love me. Of course they do. They're delighted as well by the Dunstan sale, who has gone to League 1 Ebbsfleet and not done very well. I mean, I didn't think he was League 1 quality. I didn't think they were going to be starting him. They are starting him. He's not done particularly well for Ebbsfleet. But Ebbsfleet, you can see here, promoted from League 2 last year, winning the league. The fact that they're selling or signing as scrap players who I wasn't going to play this year, and playing them regularly, makes me feel like maybe our current squad is better than their squad was last year to win the league. Maybe I'm adding 1 and 1 together and getting 3 there. But that's the way I would perceive things. You can see they don't like the finances involved in the Jacobs deal. Clearly not a fan of £69,000. And the other player they're concerned about is Rush, the right back, who actually has started really, really well. 1 assist to his name, 7.07 average rating. Very happy at the club. He started well. And in fact, actually, that's been a real hallmark of this start to the year, is everyone has kind of started well, as is indicated by our recent form. But that could all come crumbling to a halt today. We're going to be taking on Blackburn away from home at Ewood Park. I'm going to give a chance to Mampala. We'll see what he can do for us. A little bit of rotation in the centre of the midfield as well. Going to play Forster Keiski as a ball-winning midfielder today. He's not got the most crazy tackling or marking, but it's kind of serviceable for the role. And we're also going to play Timmy at deep line playmaker, which, to be fair, upon reflection, does feel like it's where Timmy can shine the most. It's a shame that he's so quick, because that's not really something that's made much use of with his current role as a deep line playmaker, but it really plays into his strengths elsewhere in his game, particularly his technicals, because besides his passing, first touch and technique, he hasn't really got great technicals at all. So we'll see how he gets on today. I am using this as a bit of an opportunity just to rotate things around a little bit. Fixture congestion is something that I'm almost anticipating, I'm preparing for. I would rather rotate the team a little bit around here, juggle match fitness, try and keep players fit, and we'll see where we end up. Anyway, Blackburn today playing a 4-3-1-2, not a formation I've seen very commonly this year. They've got Raya in goal, they've got this guy, Wood, I don't know why I've decided to click on him. Our scouts think he's quite good, he looks quite good, he wears a headband, that's a hallmark of quality. They've also got Demir Bey here. I don't even know if that's how you say this guy's name, but former Leverkusen player. They signed him on a free transfer. He's been awful so far, so maybe we can beat them. Good team though. Mendes is their captain. I don't know who Bruno Mendes is. Should I know who Bruno Mendes is? I'm going to say no, because he starts the game playing for Corinthians in Brazil, but played for them a couple of years in the Premier League. Of course, they were relegated last season. They're going to come here and expect to beat us. I want us to go there and cause an upset. Going into this game, I want to play on the front foot. I want to try and play our positive brand of football. I'm half expecting us to get absolutely walloped. But hey-ho, this is, in terms of position in the league, the highest placed team in the Football League we've already taken on. Of course, prior to this, it would have been Charlton, and they've scored after 4.5 minutes. This could be a long day, that we might need to just brace ourselves here for a bit of a spanking. I was hoping we were going to cause some crazy, massive upset, but it's not a great early sign. Mendes, 3 men around him, not one of them jumps for that header. And we concede from a set piece within 5 minutes. And if you're going to lose to a team like Blackburn, you've got to be good on your set pieces. And we've not been here so far. We're having slightly more possession, but that's not really resulting in a great deal. You can see here they're having significantly more shots than us. Although, I'll say now, after 27 minutes, it's only 1-0, so we're still at the races. We're still in with a chance. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself. But, no, 40 minutes gone here, and it's not a classic. The goals have been flowing in the league, and, well, we've been keeping a decent number of clean sheets. It feels like today we're not really matching Blackburn and creating a great deal against them. The good news is we've got a sea of green from our kind of half-time team talk. We'll hope that the players can use that. Going into the second half, we get a slightly better performance. Timmy's a little anxious, bless him. I'm going to take him out of the team. I don't want him worrying about what he's doing. We'll bring in Liam Coyle, who is our kind of traditional ball-winning midfielder who we've just put on the bench for a bit of rotation today. And then we'll move Forster Kasky to the deep line playmaker role, which is a role that he probably can play better than the ball-winning midfielder position. We'll see if that makes a massive difference for us. But yeah, Timmy's struggling a little bit. And while Coyle to Forster Kasky spreads it to DKM on this left-hand side, he goes to Norris on the overlap. We're getting men forward here. Ball whipped in, Mampala blocked away. Forster Kasky, Raya tips it over. I mean, we've had 5 half chances apparently and 1 clear-cut chance. Where have the replays been? And that's what I want to know right now. But we're having significantly more of the ball. We're taking the game to Blackburn, folks. I don't want to say we're bullying them, but we're trying to make something of this game. And well, 20 minutes left. We have a highlight here, and it's Coyle getting dispossessed. You see, I've just subbed him on, and now he's getting sent off. It's a disaster. What do we do? What do we do? I'll tell you what, I think we take off McAllister. McAllister's struggling a little bit more than other players. We'll take him off. And you know what? We're going to bring in Jonesy. The return of the Welsh box-to-box midfielder. If there's one man who's going to score a goal for us from centre mid, it's him. In terms of the rest of the team, I mean, I kind of don't really have a plan B here. The thing is, we've still got to play kind of more attacking here. We've still got to get the ball forward, you know? We're a goal down with 20 minutes left. I can't really just shut up shop having had a sending off. We'll bring on Jones. He's a goal-scoring threat. We'd also have one last sub. Mampala's played poorly. Leighton Stewart, get on the pitch, Leighton. With his fresh legs, maybe he can, you know, spring the offside trap and find himself through on goal. Although I'm perhaps getting a little ambitious here. 5 minutes left. We'll go very attacking. We've not been spanked by a championship side here. It makes the fact we conceded from a corner all the more annoying. At the same time, I feel oddly optimistic off the back of that result. That was unlucky, boys. I wasn't expecting us to go very far in the Carabao Cup. Wasn't entirely expecting us to beat Blackburn today. And I guess it's one less competition to worry about, if you can think about it like that. That might be a bit dismissive of me. Callum Jones got injured, is now out for 2 to 3 weeks. That's what I get for playing him there. Coyle accepts his fine, absolutely exceptional. You can see here DKM and Mampala being scouted by Christian Nsengi Biembe. That's definitely not how you say his name. He's the Democratic Republic of Congo manager. He's in the stands looking at them. That's a bit exciting, isn't it? Unfortunately, they didn't really do a great deal between them. Anyway, in terms of our upcoming fixtures, next time out, we have Stockport in the league. I say next time out, the next game we're going to play. Stockport, of course, the team we were promoted with. They're currently in 5th, so, I mean, could this be the year that ourselves and Stockport both get back-to-back promotions? Can they do what Gateshead could not? But maybe getting a little ahead of ourselves, considering we've only played 4 league games. But looking ahead, in terms of games we've got coming up, we have got that Peterborough game that's been postponed a few times. It's a little bit too soon for my liking. Wrexham at the start of October feels like an interesting one to come back for. Wrexham, media prediction 4th, currently top of the league, valued at £11 million. It's a little bit more than what we're worth, but I feel like that could be a really interesting game to come back for. And hopefully by the start of October, the chairman's decided to sort out the money situation, because I don't like seeing this much red. And we have a tycoon. You've got the money. Alexander, maybe I should give him a phone call. Anyway, we'll worry about that next time. Wrexham to come, a trip to Wales. I hope to see you guys then. Thank you for watching as always. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.